Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Rachel Went Shopping. In today's video, I am going to tell you about the most expensive shoes that I have ever bought. And guess what? They're not from a luxury designer. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Rachel. This is my YouTube channel, Rachel Went Shopping, where we talk about all of the crazy things that I purchased because I have a little bit of a shopping addiction. My name is Rachel Went Shopping on all platforms, so you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, or subscribe here on YouTube. As I mentioned, today's video is the most expensive shoes I have ever bought, and they happen to be sneakers. I'm also going to tell you about what I sold to pay for them, because it was quite a bit of money that I did not feel great about spending, but I really needed these shoes in my collection. And I think you will see why when I show them to you. Let's go ahead and do the unboxing, and then I will tell you all about them. So I've got the shoe right back here. It is, of course, the Nike Dunk Low Cactus Plant Flea Market in the color Pure Platinum, which is covered in crystals. This sneaker was released on November 17th, 2020 for an original retail price of $550. Unfortunately, I had to pay a lot more than that. So this is what they come with when you buy them. You get this special dust bag that says "Just Do It." It's made of this green terry cloth material. The box itself is green. It says Air Sunshine. It confirms here that they were made with real Swarovski crystals. That's what the tissue paper looks like on the inside. And then the shoes themselves are covered with crystals, and they are this pure platinum color, which is more of a lightish gray, which they are showing up pretty gray on camera. The left shoe comes with this tag attached that says, "I'm sensitive, wear with care, Swarovski crystals are delicate." And then it has the Cactus Plant Flea Market Air logo there, again, made with real crystals from Swarovski. And it comes with this little keychain that is this double eye smiley face, again, covered with crystals. The interior of the shoe has this sort of like heat mapping inside, and they're labeled with an L and an R for left and right. This is an incredible shoe. If you guys have watched my videos, then you know how me these are, as they are covered in crystals. And if these were around when I got married, then I totally would have worn these as my wedding shoe. So let me tell you a little bit more about why I was so obsessed with this sneaker and had to have it, how much I paid, and what I sold to feel a little better about the price that I did end up paying for them. So the sneaker was first teased by a bunch of celebrities, including Yoon Ahn of Ambush, who I love. I've talked about her before on my channel, as well as Kylie Jenner, sparking rumors that there was going to be a larger release. So the shoe is obviously covered in crystals from the toe to the tongue to the heel. It just sparkles incredibly. It's very difficult to show on film. I personally love that it features these larger size crystals. I think it just gives it a more chunky look, which I guess some people might hate because it makes it look a little more crafty, but personally, I love it. Despite being characterized as a dunk, it does feature this puffier tongue, which is obviously more of a characteristic of an SB sneaker. So when these originally released, I was all over it. I was online all day because there was not really a dedicated time. It was like super complicated. I was pretty much on the site all day long, you know, kept checking Instagram. And eventually what came up on the website, from what I remember, was more of like a raffle. Like you enter your name if you're interested in purchasing them, and then they will reach out to you if you are selected. And honestly, it seemed like they were very limited. I didn't see a lot on Twitter about people being selected, so I don't really know what happened with it, but I was devastated because I really wanted these shoes in my collection. Again, I'm obsessed with things covered by crystals. I have bought custom sneakers with crystal decorations and stuff before, so anything officially released by Nike with crystals, I just knew I had to have. I was watching the popular resale sites as they were being released. I saw them for sale in my size for $1,200. I hesitated because, you know, when you don't know how much quantity is being released, you don't know if that's high or low, or if you expect the price to come down when the sneakers ship as more people get them. And this was just so unknown. So I didn't know what to do, and I regret not purchasing them for that $1,200. But the price did go up, and I think it's just because they were so limited. Honestly, you guys, I just felt like this shoe was meant for me. For my wedding, I wore a Miu Miu sneaker with crystals on the toe. Had a sneaker like this been out though when I got married, this is totally what I would wear. If I ever renew my vows, I'm definitely wearing these. One of the first videos that I uploaded on my channel though was the Prada crystal bag. This is one of my favorite bags in my collection. How perfect are these together? So freaking cute. The stones are almost exactly the same size. They look very similar, even though these are not technically Swarovski and these are. There you go. What a cute pairing though. I would show you the Miu Miu sneakers that I wore for my wedding, but I have not unpacked them yet, so I don't have them in this room right now. So the price for these sneakers skyrocketed, and at that point I was like, I can't spend that much on a Nike sneaker. I just can't do it. Like, I'm willing to spend that kind of money on things for luxury, especially handbags, but when it came down to it, these sneakers were in the mid $2,000 range and up, and I was like, I would rather spend that money on a bag. But honestly, I could not get the sneaker out of my head. I could not stop thinking about it. I knew that I was never going to stop thinking about it. And then I guess it's not FOMO, but it was the fact of, I just pictured in my head the price rising because of how limited it was. I was like, 5 years from now, if this thing's $5,000, I'm going to regret not buying it for $2,500, knowing that I missed out on it for $1,200, etc. Anyways, I had a little too much wine one night and I put in a bid on a sneaker. It got accepted. So I purchased these sneakers for around $2,400. That is the most expensive pair of shoes in my entire collection. I cannot believe that I spent that much on a Nike. But again, if there was any shoe that was made for me, this was the one that I had to have. So when I purchased them and I received them, I was actually scared to open them. I was very nervous to open them because I knew when I opened them that there was no way they were ever going to leave my hands, because I was going to be obsessed with them, and I was right. So they actually sat unopened because I told myself I wasn't going to open them until I sold enough other sneakers to pay for them. So the way I think about like my budgeting and my funding is, when I'm spending money on a sneaker, which I hate, it's impossible to get sneakers on the sneakers app, so I'm almost always paying above retail. I already have a lot of sneakers. I don't combine my sneaker fund with my handbag fund, because then I would just buy handbags. I would never buy sneakers, even though I love them. It's very hard for me to commit that much money to the ones that I truly love, because I would rather buy a handbag. In this case though, I really wanted these shoes, and I told myself if I got them for the right price, I will sell other sneakers, so keeping it in the same bucket. I won't sell a handbag to pay for sneakers. I'll sell other sneakers to pay for my sneakers, if that makes sense. I try to keep them separate. It's just like a mental thing. I honestly don't know. So I told myself I wasn't gonna feel comfortable opening them until I knew that I sold sneakers from my collection to cover the cost of them because I have way too many shoes. I don't need all of these shoes. And if I was gonna have something this expensive, I wanted to feel like I did something to like clear out to cover the cost of them. It's not that I couldn't afford them, it's just that I didn't feel comfortable with the amount of money I was spending on a Nike. I don't know if that makes sense, guys. It's just a logical game I played with myself in my head. And obviously I bought them from a very trusted seller, so I wasn't worried about like anything being wrong with them or anything like that. So let's talk about what I ended up selling from my collection to add up to this cost. The first thing I sold was part of my Nike Off-White 50 collection. I had won the Lot 13 colorway. I sold them for $455. This was before Virgil had passed away. I kind of regret it, but the bottom line was that I was not happy with this colorway. I still want one of these shoes in my collection, but I would rather buy one of the colorways that I was more attracted to, so I was fine with letting these go. I sold them for $455, like I mentioned. Next, I had purchased these Jordan 1 Retro Electro Orange. I didn't need them. I have a little bit of orange in my collection. I really want the shattered backboard ones instead. I thought these Electro Orange could cover that for me, but I just didn't love them as much, so I sold those for $195, which is I think what I paid for them. Next, this one was a little tough for me. I sold my Nike Air Max 180 Comme des Garçons in the pink colorway. I sold these for $450, which is well over what I paid for them. Unfortunately, when I bought these though, my size was not available and I bought a half size down. I have a tendency to do that when I, even though it's very stupid because then it's uncomfortable to wear. I never ended up wearing them because they were obviously too tight, and then I sold them and made a little bit of a profit. So they went to a better cause, I guess, even though I love those sneakers. Next, I had purchased the Yeezy Gap round jacket in the color blue, and it looked absolutely ridiculous on me. Like, so stupid. I cannot believe I purchased it. It was probably definitely like a FOMO purchase. You know, this jacket gives me 𝒟𝒾𝓄𝒾𝓈 vibes. I thought maybe I could pull it off, but when I got it, it was way too big. It looked ridiculous on me. I looked like Veruca Salt from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or a giant blue blueberry. I made no profit on it, but I did not lose any money. I sold it for $220. I'll put a picture up of it on the screen. And then another item that fits into like the hype category that I counted towards this budget, I sold a Kith G-Shock. I own both the Kith G-Shocks. I used to love G-Shocks when I was younger. I don't really wear watches anymore because I use my phone. So I decided to sell one of them. I couldn't decide between the two which one I should sell. I ended up selling the rose gold model for $550. Again, I made profit there, but that money helped to go towards this purchase. And last but not least, you guys saw me unbox the Yeezy foam runners in the color sand on this channel. Those shoes did not cost very much. I forget what the original price was, but I ended up selling them for $290, which was a very nice little profit there. So in total, I sold 6 things that I wasn't wearing from my collection. They totaled $2,160. I told myself that if I covered basically the cost that I paid above retail, since they originally retailed for $550, if I sold enough to cover what I paid over that, I would feel a lot better about it. And I did. I sold even more than I needed to, but either way, I feel good that I covered the cost. I feel good that I wasn't hoarding as much and I let some things go from my collection, and that I think I got a piece that is just so me. I'm absolutely obsessed with them. They will be also like a critical piece in my closet because I've got them right in the center. I love them so much. I love anything with crystals, but these really shine, you guys. You might think I'm crazy. You can tell me down below in the comments. I know it's absolutely ridiculous to pay that much money for a Nike Dunk, but if you like sneakers, then I think you would understand why I had to have these, and they're gonna go perfectly with my Prada bag. I haven't worn them yet. I'm waiting for like the perfect occasion. I'm also just like nervous about it. Like I said, if I ever renew my vows, I'm definitely wearing them. But for now, I'm just admiring them as a piece of art. I also want to show you guys this really cool clear shoebox I got on Amazon to display them because I don't want them to get dusty, but obviously I want to show off the sparkle, so I don't want to keep them in the box. So I picked this up. I have 2 pairs, this one and one other pair that's like my absolute favorite pair of sneakers in these clear cases on display in my closet. I think they're really cool, like clean box. My fingerprints are all over it right now, but it just opens like this. And it was a really cool Amazon find if you're looking for something like that. That's the most expensive shoe I've ever bought in my entire life, and it's not luxury. So you guys can comment down below how crazy that is, how stupid you think I am, or how much you love them. Everybody's opinion is welcome. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy luxury, fashion, handbag, sneaker content, then please subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading more videos for you guys as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.